Week 2 of the Prep Sports Report tonight, the full gamut of high school sports. Coming up, Wayne, swimming, gymnastics, wrestling, basketball. You got all the names
Wow, we are full of highlights tonight, aren't we?
Yes, we are. We better be quiet and then come back and show you all the highlights, including the most energizing plays of the week, brought to you by NIPSCO, right after this on Lakeshore Public Television.
Scapel introduces the all-new 2013 Cadillac ATS sedan. With up to 33 miles per gallon highway, rear or all-wheel drive, the all-new Cadillac ATS is a game-changer. Test drive the ATS at Scapel Cadillac, Route 30 in Merrillville.
Programming on Lakeshore Public Television is underwritten by NIPSCO. NIPSCO, helping to save energy and money with programs and ideas for your home, including the Appliance Recycling Program. That old freezer or refrigerator may be costing you more in energy than it's worth. It's possible to save up to $100 a year on your energy bill, and we'll pay you to pick it up. Find out more at nipsco.com/saveenergy.
Week 2 of the Prep Sports Report, and what a week of high school sports we have to talk about. Great feature that we're starting this season is the most energizing plays of the week, brought to you by, I like
none other than
NIPSCO. It could be the most energizing, could be the most electrifying.
That's
lot of adjectives you can
Yes,
use
and I
there.
think that the one we used really hits the spot here. These are some good plays that we have for this first week here.
All right, let's take a look. In no specific order, these are the top 5 plays of the week in Northwest Indiana high school sports. We're going to start off with one of those Griffith freshmen, I think, that threw down against East Chicago. Even though the Cardinals, Wayne, even though the Cardinals got them.
Yes, East Chicago did. This is a nice play right here, the jam.
Great fast break and throw down.
This is Brandy Jazinski from Chesterton. Nice vault there. She won the vault on that.
We'll see that. I like the super slow-mo.
Yeah, I like this. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, that was pretty good. We'll see the G-Man later on, but this was, I believe, Darren Shrug with the throwing down on the pin in the championship of the boys wrestling. And here's a
nice steal
the PCC. Boone put it on.
Yes, they did.
Lacrosse. And my guy Riley Charlesworth earlier this week. But Boone and Count Saturday morning, that's going to be a big one in the PCC tournament. All right, how about some boys basketball? We've got a bunch to talk about, Wayne, from going back last week. EC and Griffith is the first game on the docket to talk about from last Wednesday night. And I would say if you're looking at the top few disappointing teams in the area so far this year, I'd have to give one to East Chicago.
Yeah, I really would agree with you. With Edwards out there, boom, right there.
He's a big-time major D1 sophomore point guard.
He is. IU's looking at him.
Purdue, IU, everybody's offered him already the sophomore guard. And you got a sophomore point guard that's a big-time D1 player. You should be, a little better than East Chicago's been this year.
I've always believed that point guards win championships, and boy, this young man, he's wearing, Yogi's number there, number 11. That's right.
He can hold on to it for a few years, and then hopefully Yogi will hand it off to him. All right, how about some more boys basketball highlights? Highland's playing better, and they had a big rivalry game with the Stangs last week. Munster, undefeated, had some tough games this week. Nice drive to the goal there for two. We'll hear from Coach Hackett a little later on.
Munster is rated number 1 in the coaches poll, and I don't know how they're down at 7 or something like that in the AP poll. I mean, they're playing very well.
Schlotman for 3.
Boy,
they're number 1 in the state in the coaches poll.
That's right.
Well, I think it's because the media vote for all the indie schools.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just step out and say that right now. Nate Bubash knocking down the shot. They got some great seniors.
They're balanced every year,
Yeah.
but I'll tell you, Schlattman is the key. He's the key. He's a point guard. He does an outstanding job of distributing the ball. He doesn't have to score 20 points. He can have other people play.
Right.
And Munster is so much a team-orientated concept there.
Move on, more highlights on the boys basketball side from last week. Couple more games to look at. This is Andrean and Hobart, and actually Hobart got off to a pretty good start.
Yeah, they did.
In this game, and Andrean won Friday night against the Bricks, but they fell from the ranks of the unbeaten last night at Chesterton. Here's Davidson. We see him down low. There's the jumper off and in for the Niners.
We talked a lot about Andrean and their play up to, last week. I was really kind of surprised. I know you said you weren't that surprised, but I was kind of surprised that Chesterton got them. Now, was at Chesterton.
Right.
And Chesterton has really got their game going.
Here's Colin Wojcik again from downtown. Chesterton's
Beautiful.
good.
Yes, they are.
I mean, they got 3 big-time players. They
Yes,
got
they
the
do.
D1 prospect in Holba. They got Palambizio. They got Cole Teal. I mean, they've got a balanced ball club.
Right. And they're starting to play together now.
And they almost beat your Munster Mustangs
Yes,
on Saturday
I know
night.
They gave them a very good
one possession game, Wayne,
That's right.
One
That's
possession
right.
game down the stretch, but Munster makes plays at the end of games.
And that is, discipline. I really think that that's a factor in many of Munster's plays. Is they are disciplined enough to take the right shot.
All right, let's move on to some more highlights on the board of some more boys basketball. Wayne, you saw Lake Central and Maryville. I want to a little kudos out to our Tyler Weideman. He has lost some weight. He looks like a big-time Division I basketball player now. At times last year, he appeared overweight, slow, not reacting like a big-time player. That's all gone bye-bye this year.
We kind of called him out, at least I did, about playing this year so far, Weidman. He went in this game, this was against Crown Point on Friday night, and I thought that he played an outstanding game. That was Wilburn taking the ball to the hole. He's quick.
He had 25.
He is very quick. Yes, he had 25.
Weideman
did an outstanding job, and I think they had a shooter come back too. I don't know if he was sick or whatever, but against Crown Point, he really shot the ball well. Yes, no, there was another shot. I got to get that name, but he really played well, opened it up for Lake Central, and.
All right, let's check out some boys basketball from the PCC tournament this week. This is La Crosse and Boone. And, Couts beat Boone already this year by 30, and they're going to get him again. And this is some good pressure defense by the Wolves. They turned La Crosse over. La Crosse has got, I want to thank our fans out there, the La Crosse football guy. There's Riley Charlesworth, my guy, going down on the floor there and scoring 2. The La Crosse guy sent us some shirts, Wayne. I've neglected to give you.
Oh, really?
Yours, yeah.
All right. I hope that shirt.
In hopes that they would come out and see their game against South Central a week from Friday. So we want to thank our buddies out at La Crosse on our Facebook page. But hey, too many Boone Grove highlights here.
Yeah, really. Boone is really improved. They're 7-3 on the season.
Yeah.
They struggled a little bit out of the gate, but boy, they're starting to put it together. They're not going to lose by 30 to Couch. That's going to be a good game.
We'll see, because they lost by 30 to Portage the other day, though, too. But
Portage is
a Duneland team, big school that's playing a lot better this season. All right, second game the other night at the PCC tournament. And these guys, look out for Max Everhart and company. That Couts can do it. I mean,
yes, they really can.
Couts can play.
Yes, Everhart's certainly an outstanding one, but they've got other players, for Couts. There's a reason that right now they're 12-1 right now.
Right, lost to a Pioneer.
Right.
Now you and Schultz couldn't believe that I'm predicting 21st Century Charter to beat them in the second.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't believe it either, so I agree with you.
That's what I said. You and Schultz couldn't believe it, but we'll see. Beautiful drive by Morgan Township to the goal. But Couts has a lot of balance.
Yes, they do.
It's not just, and they got size as well. So they've got the whole, it's Max Everhart there again as well. And here's the jumper. He had a big clutch jumper to beat North Judson last year, and he's kind of the main guy now this year for Couts. All right, new top #1 team on the top 10, Wayne, after last night. Or not?
No, I don't think so. Not unless you're surprising me with something. We've got Hammond coming in for the.
All right. For some reason, I thought Andrean was number one.
They were
number 2. Okay.
Hammond is 7-4. They were.
Look out for Wallace.
Yes.
Wallace is looking good.
Oh yeah. But we had to move. I mean, Couts is playing well, and people say, well, wait a minute, they moved down. How is it? Chesterton has really played well against Munster, a big upset against Andran. Lake Central, now 8-4. They've got a big game Friday against Maryville.
Those Pirates.
It's at, the Indian burial grounds. Well,
that's Saturday, you said, right?
Saturday, yeah. Correct.
Valpo number 5 just moving along, playing well.
Boy, 10-2. Andrean, unfortunately, has to fall. They're falling to number 4. They're 11-1 with a loss to Chesterton last night, and then
Knowles got Wheeler tomorrow night.
Yes,
and they could have a rematch with Marquette Catholic on Saturday.
Yes, that'll be 2 good ones. Maryville is rolling along here, but boy, number 1 in the state coaches poll, number 1 in the most important poll here.
The only poll, really.
That's the only poll.
The Stangs at 13-0. And Maryville struggled with LaPorte last week.
Yes,
Jenkins did not start, didn't come in for a quarter and a half, so we don't know if that was an illness or an off-the-court thing.
I would hope so.
Marquette 8-3.
8-3, playing they got a huge front line, too.
Yeah, they do.
6-8 or something like that.
Right.
Boone at 8-3. Hebron, 7-4. Wheeler coming on. Tom Johnson's group there at 7-4, and Washington Township at 7-5.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to boys wrestling. The Crown Point Bulldogs won the DAC championship on Saturday. It came down to the all-team meet, but let's go to some individual highlights of some championships from Saturday, Wayne. This is video with those wacky effects, Wayne.
Yeah.
This is Bobby Stevenson from Maryville in the purple, wrestling from LaPorte, and he's going to escape right here and get a 2-point play against LaPorte. He was one of the champions. Wasn't many pins, Wayne.
Right.
So the reversal scored there for 2 points. Wasn't many pins at the DAC meet on Saturday. Let's just keep rolling those highlights, guys, and we'll talk over them as we try to get through all of the massive highlights that we've got today. Crown Point dominant so far this season, although they did lose the dual meet on the 6th tiebreaker.
Right, but they got it back against the Doonley.
Yeah, this is Portage. Got the young man's name, but this is Portage who got the victory here against a Crown Point wrestler. I think this is Avante Daniels, I believe is his name. We'll correct that next week if it is not. And then elsewhere, I think we got Mr. Sherg from Crown Point, one of the Sherg brothers. I think this is Darren, who is going to score a pin right here early on. Well, I think it was a couple minutes in. He's going to roll his Chesterton opponent on his back and score the pin right there. So he won his age bracket or his weight bracket, and then the big man, the big man from St. John, Wayne. Don't blink, because this won't be very long. But the G-man undefeated at 220 pounds.
I said, he walked past me in the hall, and I said, gee, 28 seconds? Come on, bud. This is the championship round. You got it in 20 seconds? Look at this guy.
Yeah, 28 seconds, not very long, but boy, those are some kind of shoulders.
Oh, yes.
Those are some kind of...
I wouldn't want to wrestle him.
You may want to try to get low and get away from them shoulders, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Definitely.
I might throw in the towel before I got in the ring.
Crown Point wins the DAC, and there's Jeelan Robinson, our wrestler of the week, winning in 28 seconds in 220 pounds. How about some girls basketball highlights? Just one game to talk about and look at. Maryville and Hobart. It was a wacky week in girls ball, though, Wayne. Here's Victoria Gaines off the glass with a left hand for 2 for the Lady Pirates. And there's a big one tomorrow night.
Yes.
A huge basketball game tomorrow night in the region. Nice drive to the goal right there by Jazz Talley. But Mark Urban, who could be winning the Coach of the Year right now in the DAC, as Gaines scores again on the rebound. For Lake Central, Wayne, 40-16 over Lowell the other night.
Oh, yes. Unbelievable.
40-16
Unbelievable.
over Lowell. A very good Lowell team.
Yes, very good.
That
Katie
was
Bobles Jessica Bell did a number on Katie Bobos and kept her down.
That was Greg Kirby-esque.
That's right. I totally agree with you.
I mean, we haven't seen 40-16 against a really good team since Greg Kirby used to travel the sidelines for Valpo High. That was something else. Lake Central has really, really improved. And they've got Maryville on I think it's at Maryville tomorrow night.
Yes, it is.
Let's look at the poll LC at 10-6, but it's been a tale of 2 seasons for them. They are much better now with wins over Michigan City, really dominating Lowell, and then we'll see they'll have another barometer game tomorrow night against Maryville. But boy, what a year Nikki Monahan's having for Portage. They're number 10. Hobart's got a young team. They were beaten soundly by Maryville and Lowell. KV's 13-3. Nolan Whiting have had some great games, having great years for both of them. Boy, City's just sitting there in the weeds.
Oh, boy, they're just waiting for that second round. They're just waiting for it. Lowell at 12-2.
Lowell, I'm scratching my head with Lowell. I think they're 12-3 now.
I think Kurtz isn't playing at full strength. And that may be a situation where Bobos can't just carry the whole thing.
Maryville's lost 1 game in the last 2 years, none in the regular season. That'll be on the line tomorrow night against Lake Central. South Central, who advanced in the girls PCC. The Jays are 10-4. Blue Grove's coming on. They advanced in the girls PCC tournament. And Hanover and Rensselaer in our Little 5. How about the players of the week in girls basketball, Wayne? Who do we got?
I like Darian Morris from Maryville, scored 24 points versus LaPorte. And Kishana Cooper of Michigan City.
She's awfully good.
Boy, she is good.
And our unknown girls, Joanna Dwyer of Lake Station and Hunter Jusevich of Lowell. So they are our 2. Did we forget our boys' unknown players?
Yeah, I think we did.
Riley Charlesworth, my guy, had 29 against Morgan Township, and Luke Wuchenich. I don't even know who that is. That's why he's the unknown player of the week. Who?
And he's from Munster.
Luke Wuchenich. Man. And our boys' players of the week, Pipkin, Van Hook, and Tyler Whiteman.
Antonio, he's supposed to be a quarterback, and he's throwing it in from 3. 31 there. Yes, he did.
They needed it because they were struggling. All right, how about some swimming highlights, Wayne? That's what we've got next here on the Prep Sports Report.
I think we have gymnastics. This is Crown Point's meet against Chesterton.
A little bit of a surprise.
Yes, a little bit of surprise. They scored a 105.15. Chesterton, Crown Point did, and Chesterton scored a 103.55. I'm not sure the last time Crown Point really beat Chesterton in a dual meet. So this is Brandy Jasinski, who we had in the highlights early, the energizing plays of the week. This is her beam routine, and she won the all-around in this one, and I think this was like a 36.
105, 102.
Yes.
Right?
103.55.
Okay.
And this is Brandy again, and this is her vault. And this is the one that we had on the energizing plays of the week.
NIPSCO most energizing plays of the week, most electrifying plays of the week. Here's Crown Point's new gymnast.
Freshman. A freshman. And this is Hannah Beth. I think she had an 87.25 on this particular event.
You got to like that name for an athlete.
Yes. Because she's going to be one of the best. There's no doubt about it.
Got to have some confidence with your name, Hannah Best.
Valparaiso, 110.55. They won their invitational. Hannah Irwin, not Megan Algozine. I think that Megan may be hurting a little bit. In this invitational, she only did 2 events. But boy, they've got, as we've said before, they just reload, and Hannah Irwin is just outstanding with a 37.55 all around. You got
to get the team some experience.
Yes.
110 without Morgan.
Yeah, without her. Yeah.
All right. How about some swimming highlights now from Lake Central and Crown Point's duel? And we're going to start with the ladies here, Wayne. This is the 50 freestyle in won by Rachel Bukowski. And the great thing about the girls' meet was they tied at 93.
Yeah, my two aides, Elena and Haley Willis, are swimmers, and when they came in after this one, I said, how do you tie at 93?
There's Johnny Link. Johnny Link for Crown Point. Now, there was no tie on the boys' side.
No.
Link won the 50. Crown Point won 112.74. Here's the 200 free. Allie Tetzloff. What a year she's had for CP, and she wins the 200 there. Crown Point's girls, not a lot of depth, but some stud swimmers up front.
Right.
And really allowed Lake Central to stay in it and tie the meet. There's your 200 freestyle winner on the boys' side. 200 free goes to Josh Barajas for Lake Central right there.
The Chesterton wins the DAC with a score of
493.
493.
They're
Wow.
loaded.
And Lake Central was second with 409. You could just tell the difference there. 493, 409.
Chesterton is loaded.
Boy,
when
they
it comes
are.
again to, and they're going to have a serious opportunity
Yes.
to be in the top 2 or 3 in the state come state championship time. You can email us, sports@lakeshoreptv.com, sports@lakeshoreptv.com. If you want to find interviews and highlights and like us on Facebook, hey, the likes have slowed down since the football season. Can we put that up there one more time? The likes have slowed down since the end of the football season. We like us on Facebook. Coach Carson Cunningham and Nick Davidson, their interviews from last week are there, and we'll have the Munster interviews there later on. And speaking of, let's hear from the head coach of the Mustangs, undefeated.
This group just loves to hang out, have fun, no matter what they're doing, whether they're just playing a video game, whether they're practicing basketball, playing a wiffle ball game. They just they get along really, really well, and I think that's a strength of ours this year. You know, the team's work ethic, the ability to, or the willingness to accept roles, and just a desire to win. I mean, the kids just they're a joy to coach, really, because they work very hard, they're very smart, and they're pretty good too.
All right, there's the head coach, Mike Hackett, your team, the red and white.
He does one heck of a good job, boy. I'm telling you, he is an outstanding coach.
I know you've been looking for English positions at Munster, so you can go wear the red and white. But all right, time for some picks. We got to get to the picks for week 2. I really don't think we need to go into the check mark.
Really?
Let's go on.
You don't think so?
Let's go to Wayne's picks, shall we? Wayne's World. You know, I get the feeling that someone was waiting to show that.
Well, remember now, every season you start out slow and go down from there. All right.
Wow. Well, I feel like that was set up. All right, there's the boys' picks. You like Valpo over LaPorte?
I do. I like Valpo over LaPorte and Chesterton on a roll here over Portage. This is a toss-up game.
That is.
That is. I mean, Michigan City's playing well, Joe. That could be a mark. Munster over Hobart, East Chicago over Roosevelt, and Andrean over Highland.
I don't think Munster's playing well, though. That's kind of the issue. I don't think Michigan City's playing well because Munster put it on.
Yeah. Lowell over KV, Hammond over Gavin, and Morton over Clark.
Man.
Judson over Rensselaer, another game that's really a toss-up game. Judson's not playing well, but it's at Judson. Fort Wayne Northrop over Bowman, and East Chicago over Crown Point on Saturday. Big games, Wallace over West Side, and Maryville over Lake Central. That's a Saturday game at LC. For the girls, we've got Michigan City over Crown Point. Portage over Chesterton. Monahan is just outstanding. LaPorte over Valparaiso. Morton over Clark. Highland over Munster, a big rivalry game. Battle of the Bridge. KV over Andrean. Winnemac over North Judson, and Judson's playing pretty well, boys, but Winnemac is also, I think, only has 1 or 2 defeats. Gavitt over Hammond, and on Saturday, Lowell over Morton. Big games for the girls. West Side over Griffith, and Maryville over Lake Central.
Ouch!
I wanted to say that. I just wanted to, but
Ouch. All right, I'll tell you what.
Yes.
I'm going with the Bowman boys. All right.
All right.
I'm going Bowman boys.
All right,
I
over
think
Northrop.
You disrespected them.
All right.
I'm going Munster girls to beat Highland. What the
Munster
heck?
girls?
Munster girls.
Okay.
And
All
I'm
right.
going for Mark Urban and the LC girls to shock the world.
To shock the world.
In that girls game tomorrow night. All right, we'll see you next Thursday night on the Prem Sports Report. Good night.
Scapel introduces the all-new 2013 Cadillac ATS sedan. With up to 33 miles per gallon highway, rear or all-wheel drive, the all-new Cadillac ATS is a game changer. Test drive the ATS at Scapel Cadillac, Route 30 in Merrillville.
Programming on Lakeshore Public Television is underwritten by NIPSCO. NIPSCO, helping to save energy and money with programs and ideas for your home, including the Appliance Recycling Program. That old freezer or refrigerator may be